body of the Most High Temple of America. The assistant Grand Sheik is to assist the Grand Sheik in all affairs if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moor Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest because on a Friday, the first man was formed in flesh, and on a Friday, the first man was departed out of flesh and ascended unto his Father, God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moor Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are a part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moor Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a partial of the said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, Black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until
John
1865.
talks about Moorish Islam community.
Oh, yeah, so learn more about that.
During, I'm going to read this again. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a partial of the said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, Black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new time, this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained noble Jew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all uplifting acts of the Moor Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moor Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey fathers and mothers, and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of falling humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from our holy prophet, Noble Jew Ali, through the guidance of his father, God Allah. Noble Jew Ali founder, Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Jew Ali. Amen. This is the Moor Science Temple of America, home office of Noble Jew Ali, home office, Chicago, Illinois, USA. And peace. Islam?
Islam, peace, peace, Islam. Gratitude for that reading. I wanted to say to all the Moors that it will be a call upon you. It will be a call upon everybody eventually to participate and reading the law. The laws is what govern us in society. When you talk about nationality laws come with nationality. You can't have a nationality and say you want nationality or say you desire a nationality to proclaim your nationality, right? And negate law, negate the laws in your society, in your body politic, in your government that you are pledging your allegiance. Can't do that, And I think a lot of us, we came into this understanding of nationality, of our Moorish identity. A lot of times, a misconception of where we stand when it comes to law has been basically put upon us in our mental state. So, not following the law, but telling others they need to follow is the rule, or is the rule of thumb that many of us come into. Like, don't worry about me following laws. You better follow. That's how we kind of got, what I'm saying, we come into this information. But we don't understand we got laws too. The saying that, or the famous quote that, Taj Tariq Davis say, others are saying, Prophet said, enforce the Constitution. Right? This is what we hear, or what was said that he said. But the context of it, what he said was, I'm going to have to enforce my law. He didn't say enforce the Constitution. Not saying don't. Gotta enforce the Constitution. Not saying don't. It's wrong to enforce it. No, it's our Constitution as well. The United States of America Constitution is our Constitution. We have to enforce it. We gotta remind people that it stands as the document, which holds everything together. So when people try to tiptoe and shuffle outside of that, we have to bring everybody in. This is why a prophet even said, I'm calling on true American citizens. He said true. Why did he say true? He was talking about those who actually upheld to the Constitution. Right? But the context of when people like Chaz and others, let's say I'm trying to enforce the Constitution. Prophet said enforce the law, enforce his laws inside the Moorish scientific method. That's why it's good to read the laws, understand the law. 3 things the prophet told Emilio to study was the Constitution, the Quran, and his questionnaire. Read up on the Constitution, read up on my law, become efficient in it. This is what he told Emilio. We should all be efficient in the law. Our divine constitution and bylaws is a codex. In law, it's a codex. That means within the codex, or the basis of it, it can branch off into many other different statutes and codes that can come out of that, and which have. We just haven't necessarily presented them. The council is working on a book called The Moorish Code. And the Moorish Code is going to be all different codexes, different laws that we have as far as conduct and stuff like that. And they're all going to tie back to divine constitutional bylaws and the general laws and the supreme laws that the prophet had laid out. It's my duty to get those to you. I got to get you the general law. But I think actually it's in the literature. The general laws are in the literature, I believe. So if you have your Moorish literature, general laws are there. It's really telling about, chiefs not to borrow a certain amount of money from members. Um, there's a lot of conduct behavior. A lot of, and different other laws you could pull from the writing of the prophet. So I found a page. But these are all important for everyone to know because these are going to be laws, and there's going to be more laws coming because they have the dynamic of the organization will never stay the same because there's a goal to manifest. There's a goal to be manifest. The goal to be manifest is an autonomy, a self-sufficient nation. That's the goal. People talk about land. We want that too, but we're gonna need some laws for the land. We're gonna need some laws for the land. We can't just have us all together and not have rules to go by. We'll end up, harming each other, or it won't stay the same. We might need to add some more marriage laws, things are dealing with because the dynamic of marriage and the dynamic of the family has changed. It's not like now you talk about 1920, it was nothing to find a husband or find a wife. It was embedded in the course of, don't get me wrong, it's still a desired thing, but it's just the attitude has changed now where it's not even that much desire. Like some people say I could do bad all by myself. You got movies like that, geared like that. So now it's like we're in a situation where, our mentality is changing. So we're going to need new laws because some people may come in and you need to be obligated to or have a wife. You need to pick up a wife. The prophet said that. He did say that. And that should be your attitude. Sisters should be have an attitude, towards getting married. Brothers definitely should have an attitude to getting a wife, getting married. But the issue is the dynamic has changed. So how do we court that? Do we hold off to, is that penalty for not getting married? Or should we have a grace of understanding that, hey, it's not easy. Even the Moorish Americans ain't screwed on right. Let's be honest. Some of us, alhamdulillah, I try to talk stuff against anybody. Islam. Okay, I'm gonna mute you. Yeah. So the dynamic has changed more. So when you might come in as simple single and find yourself something. You might come in with a relationship, and the relationship is going sour. What do you do? How do you do that? You gonna fix it? How does it? Even if your significant other does not want to be part of the temple, and they on their own journey, they might be Buddhist, they might Sunni Muslim, they might be something else. Does that take away from your stance and your status as a temple because your significant other is, of another faith? My thing is this: as long as they support you and they don't make it difficult for you to do and adhere to this lifestyle here, it should be no problem if they're in the temple. As long as they support you and they're showing you love, there's no compulsion in this faith, in this path. I seen it years ago more part of stuff with it. Years ago, I was at a function in my hometown and I just became Muslim. I made my Shahada. I took Shahada, a declaration of faith, Islam, and I was happy, still happy. Islam is a beautiful faith, and I had I was explaining some, I was talking to some people because it got around town that I'm a Muslim now. Like, oh, you a Muslim now? Huh? Like, yeah, because I grew up Christian, hardcore, speaking in tongues or whatever I thought it was. And I went out and they found out I was Muslim. And the sister, she said, "Oh, you Muslim?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh, my husband's Muslim." He said, "Oh no, I'm not Muslim. I'm Christian, but I have no problem with him. He takes care of everything. You know, we don't argue. I respect his religion. He respects mine." His older sister, and her husband was from Africa. He was from Africa. I forgot what country he was at, but he was African. But he was a Muslim, but his wife, the sister he married, was Christian. She was Christian. It's a toleration for for each other, respectfully. Respectfully, it's a tolerance, and I think once we get to that point, I don't think no one should make it uh compulsive on someone that they have a good heart. You know, not and don't get me wrong. If you're a Moorish American, if you're single, then you should be looking for a Moorish American. That should be on your radar. But I do understand the dynamic of the Moorish American community. I said before, a few minutes ago, we're not all screwed on right. So if what I'm saying? So, if you find your peace of mind somewhere else, it's completely understood. It's not, it try to keep nobody in a box. Allah leads you to peace somewhere else, and that happens. Like I said, as long as that person supports what you're doing, and there's no conflict, there's no conflict. That's the part. That's the important part. Here's another dynamic. What if those who are Moorish American come in, claim their nationality, but their significant other is European, right? There's got to be rules and laws for that to lay that down. And we're not telling people if your significant other who you may be married to, you might have children with, if they have a European, that you just okay, I'm Moorish American now. Yeah, bye. Like no, we're not telling you to do that. They would say, don't do that. Have sense. Use wisdom. You know, use wisdom. Now I know some situation. I do know more that did that. Um, I don't even know what happened to him. I know more. But see, the thing, his relationship was on the rocks between him and his European significant partner, or who he was with, or it was like they were really on the rocks. It was really like, you know, all you gotta do is blow and it'll fall apart. So that's what it happened when he got into the temple and he started studying. There was no, you know, that just helped him make his decision to part ways, you know. But he found a Moorish American sister. They got together. Um, that's his business. I'm not gonna go into the story, but you know, ultimately, from what I've looked at, talking to the brother, there's issues that he had, and I and it, this right now saying this recalls is the fact that at the end of the day, we all got to work on ourselves, but the laws has to come into play. The laws has, that's why laws are real good for conduct, and we have to emphasize that. If you're able to hold down your conduct, that's a big leap in your journey in this faith, in this movement. So that's very, those are the laws you really need to focus on. If anything, it's the laws of conduct. Laws of conduct. So, giving praise to Allah, honors to the Prophet, special honors to the forerunner, Marcus Isaiah Garvey. His birthday was 2 days ago, on the 17th. Honors to that man, the Harbinger, the forerunner. He said, "Up, ye mighty race, and do as you will." Man is definitely a pinnacle in this movement. He's definitely a pinnacle in his movement. Do you realize Marcus Rivera Garvey had 700 chapters across the United States? 700 chapters. And I found out he had chapters in some of the most places that you would never even know. Those who live in New Jersey, the college, Rowan University, or what used to be called Glassboro State, they had a chapter of UNIA at Glassboro State, in Glassboro, a small little town. Camden had a UNIA chapter. He had chapters all over. And I think a lot of times they had chapters in some of the places where there was a lot of racial tension. Because Glassboro had a lot of racial tension. It was right near the pit. If anybody knows the dynamic of that South Jersey, we're talking about South Jersey. But it's significant though. It's significant. How was this man able to spark this movement and get it to expand? What was the mindset of our people back then? What was the mindset of our people back then, where someone can come and galvanize to do something? Where today we can't even do things together hardly. It's like everyone do things on pockets, like little pockets. You got a group over here, you got a group over there, you got a group over there. These people bought some land, these people started a business, but nothing on a massive collective scale, at something like the UNIA and the Garvey movement. They had to do something because he was gaining too much. He was gaining too much leverage. Let's go into the Garvey read quick. See if we can. try to pull up. I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Not it. Full reading. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, well, you know, we got a disaster preparedness rep. Oh, man. This is I believe I sent everybody this book. You actually can purchase this book off of Amazon. I believe it's the message to the people, the course of African philosophy. This is the Pan African Connection. So you have a lot of key ideas dealing with what Garvey was able to introduce to the people. His book has been actually adopted by the More Scientific America as a base to read, get influence, and study. So I encourage everyone, if you don't have it, let me know. We got so much stuff in here, and I haven't necessarily utilized it like I should, and I do apologize. My main objective really for you more is to get the basics of the prophet, if anything. I want to help explore the prophet, his teachings a little more, to open them up. And that's not what I'm looking for. It's the application. Application. Here we go. I know. Cause some say that Garvey was like a closet Muslim. Like he actually, okay. Talked about law, rules. And I said, I'm thinking, okay, what is it internally that these people have to make them do or come together and work together and I don't, and it's just you don't see that nowadays. Yeah. Yeah, I sent it out via email. Is someone else trying to get in? Let's see. Let me stop the share real quick because I think I don't know if anybody's trying to get in. This is Althea. Okay. There we go. Let me get her in. All right, cool. Got her in. It is long. Let's go back. And it has to be character. It has to be character. The character was different. Remember I mentioned you were talking, I went on a little spill about relationships. It was nothing back then for someone to be like, go with the sister. Hey, how you doing? Okay, what man? Take it out. You know what I'm saying? Here and there, what man? They wasn't dating. They wasn't doing a Martin and Gina dating for like 3 to 4 years, and then they ended up getting married. Them people get married. Like, I like you got a good job, I got this, this, I like it. I think, I would like to take you out, tell the sisters, missing, me and you come together and, we can, hey, that, you get married. I said, how does that sound? And she'd be like, she with it. It was that simple. It was that simple. If it wasn't that, it was parents hooking them up. They, look, I got a daughter. She's about to be 18. And I need to get her married. Well, I got a son. He just got home from the military or whatever. He just got a nice job at the whatever. Let's hook him up. It was like it was nothing, and they stayed together, right? The character. Let me read this. Men and women who want to be of use to themselves and humanity must have good character. Good character means the demonstration of the kind of behavior that meets the moral perception of civilization. And you see that. This is nationality. This is nationality. Okay. I got you. It's on. Um, good character means the demonstration of the kind of behavior that meets the moral precepts of a civilization. You know what a precept is? It's going. So I'm gonna call him back. My best friend too. Call you later. Oh, I love you. I love you, brother. Call you back. And that's my best friend too. I know when he called me, it's usually something. That brother, like the only brother that call, check him a lot of times, like consistently. Um, here we go. Back to what I was saying. The standard that is laid down by the society at the time in which you live and which forms a part of and guides that very character. Go back. Precept. You know what a precept is? A concept. Precept. Con means what? Pre means before, prior. And look it up. Look it up. Precept. Now, understand what I'm saying. I'm using precept for civilization. Precept for civilization. Kind of echo that in your head right now. Precept for civilization. Character. Precept. Good character. Precept for civilization. A general rule intended to regulate behavior or thought. Where's the precept? We got principles. What are our precepts? What are Moorish American precepts? What principles do we uphold? Our 5 principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. The precepts for our character. We have other values and virtues that exist. The Moorish Holy Quran is a precept. Divine Constitution and bylaws is a precept. Questionnaire is a precept. These things help build character. These things help define us. It helps define us. And when I mean define us, or I don't say, let me use another word, refine us. Refine us out of the murkiness of the society. The society is murky. You live in a murky civilization. Very murky. The lines are not even black and white anymore on many occasions. Islam. So the precept, moral precept of a civilization, the standard that is laid down by society or time in which you live, and which forms a part of and guides that very character. If you do not live up to these standards in the highest sense, you will not be respected by that society. What made us fall? We chased after the gods of Europe, which we knew not. What is the God? Go to chapter 10, Holy Quran, or Science Triple Merit. Go to chapter 10. Garvey hitting him. Garvey is hitting him, more. Chapter 10. Chapter 10, verse 16. A man's ideal is his God. So as man unfolds, his God unfolds. Man's God today, tomorrow is not God. Right? Now take that and connect it when the prophet says that we fell because we chased after the gods of Europe, whom we knew not. Talking about the ideal. We chased after European ideals that we knew not, which formed our character. We strayed away from our principles and chased after their principles. In doing so, it caused a shift and our civilization to collapse. We weren't unified. The European would come and make a deal, we cut a deal with them to get over on our brother. And then at the end, European would backdoor and leave us out. I tell people, Delaware, the state of Delaware was supposed to be the state given to the lineage of that. That was their state. The first state in the United States was Delaware. And it was supposed to be the state allotted and given to and agreed to for the lineage of that. The lineage of that. Now, the truth of the matter is, not all of them agreed. But those who were in agreement agreed to be a part of this union, and they would inhabit that state. That had been their state, Delaware. Basically, they got backdoor and they got left out. Chasing after the gods of Europe. Dividing amongst their brothers. Next paragraph. If you do not live up to this standard in high sense, you will not be respected by that society. Your mission in society for your useful work will fall to pieces. That's why it's the character. Nationality, let's go back. It's the legal. Give me Black's Law. Fourth edition. And y'all could do that yourself. Y'all get a chance. Y'all all right, Mom?
Oh,
Am I going over people's heads? I need to slow up.
now you spitting, Grand Sheik.
Alhamdulillah. Shukran. It, it, get up that it, it, finger slipping. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the fourth edition. Real nationality. Nationality. That quality of character. Let me say again. That quality of or character. Again, that quality or character which arises from the fact that a person belonging to a nation or state. And of course, it says nationality determines the political status of an individual, especially with reference to allegiance, while domicile determines his civil status. Nationality arises either by birth or by naturalization, according to Savin. Nationality is also used as opposed to territoriality for the purpose of distinguishing the case of a nation having no national territory. Check it. We're going to focus on quality or character. The quality or character. Your character. How do you carry yourself? How do you present yourself? How do you do that? How do you look? How do I know you're a Moorish American? I'm Moorish American. Okay. How? How? Are you doing the same thing as someone who has no nationality? Is your concept of America and your society you live in the same? Do you look through the same lens as everyone else? How's your character? And the character is not just, like I said, it's not just, it's behavioral and it's also required what you look like. Your standards. What standards do you uphold? Islam. It's very intricate. Some of us already have certain standards that are aligned being a Moorish American. Some of you guys are vegan, or have particular diets. You don't necessarily eat everything that majority of us here. I hope none of us eat pork. We ain't supposed to eat pork. Moorish Americans don't eat pork. I wouldn't even entertain the vegan. They got vegan pork rinds. I wouldn't even entertain that. That's ridiculous. But yeah, it's character. Okay. That's the key thing that's missed in nationality. It's not even taught by some people who be running around teaching nationality. They don't talk about character or what you look like. They don't go right into the law. They give you this entitlement. You're entitled. When you start to run around and feel like you're automatically entitled to things without working towards it, without self-analyzation, self-inspection, self-correction, now you're dealing with a narcissistic trait or borderline narcissism. Now you feel entitled. You see some of these videos, and I don't want to highlight a lot of that, but there's videos out there by some Europeans who they do all the sovereignty, but they got a lot of videos on our people, who go that route. And they got this one sister, she's following, she wears a white fez. She try to claim the land, whatever. She rent. She live in an apartment duplex. The duplexes where or the apartments where you go up, basically an apartment building. Like you walk in the picture. She tried to claim her apartment and said that they ain't had no jurisdiction to kick her out because she ain't paying rent. Like, yeah, somebody done told you all. And she's supposed to be like rolling with that guy, what's his name? Hugh, brother Hugh, Hugh. I forgot his real name. I want to call him by his real name. Hubert. Yeah, it's Hubert. Yeah, she rolls with Hubert, the brother who actually tried to take the home from the sister out of North last year. I actually talked to the sister recently on IG. Me and her are friends on IG, and I asked how she's been doing, holding up. She said she's doing good. So, but yeah, that guy. And the sister, I had spoke to that sister who, with the white feds, and basically didn't want to pay her rent and all that. Yeah, she's not a good conversation. I don't know. I couldn't really get her to really see what was going on, and she was stuck on what she believed. And it's like, yeah, that's not. But that's when you feel entitled. That's not character. You skip the Moors who teach nationality. Skip this part. You skip this part because the character is supposed to be different. Like, I know who you guys. You guys are the Moorish Americans. You guys are, because if we dealt with character and we able to exhibit that, they'll be able to tell the difference between us and our brothers and sisters who made stray on the other side. And they won't group us together. It's like, no, wait a minute. Those Moors, they follow the law. They know the Constitution. They got business. They vote. You know, let me go next paragraph. The greatest prop to character is honesty. Honesty is the best policy. Let no one believe that you are dishonest. If they believe you are dishonest, you are doomed. If someone can't trust you, basically a rat. Basically a rat. I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a hit, a tip. Be honest, even when, how can I say it? Even if you mess up and you may lie about it, go back and confess your lie. Go back, any lies, whatever, confess. You know what? Because if you're able to at least confess and be straight up, it might not win them completely over, whatever, but it'll just like, hey, at least it'll soften the impact or soften the effect. Because sometimes lying, people lie just off of automatic defense mechanism. It's like defense mechanism. You lie. Come like, oh, you know, did you put the money in? Did you take the money out of the bank? Yeah, I did it. You didn't. You about to go and do it now. But you say it anyway because you just try to, yeah, even the street honesty is honor. Yeah, that's right. If I come in and I say, no, I didn't do it, or I tell you know what, I didn't do it. I, I was lazy, or I just let it slip by. I'm gonna do it right now. I apologize. You know, and then just try to make it, do it better each time. When somebody asks you if you coming to this event and you say, yeah, I'm gonna be there, and you don't make it, I don't look good. The best way you say, I'm gonna tell you the best way to do it is this. Is say, hey, I'm not gonna promise you. I'll just say, hey, if I'm there, I'm there. If I'm not, I apologize. I got some things, whatever, me getting around right now because of my money and be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like this, a lot of people be like, yeah, I'm coming, then they don't show up. Your character's in question. Your character's in question. It takes a lot. Oops, my fault. It takes a lot for us, for someone to still believe in and hold and put any energy in when you lie. And I'm coming from experience. I'm talking from experience, more. Not just, I'm not pointing a finger. I'm not doing anything. I'm just telling you, you lied. You broke people's trust. It comes. It's hard to get it back. It's hard for that person to really look at you from any noble position. Sorry. Any noble. That's why Garvey said it. You're doomed. You will never be able. You'll never be able to rise to a position of respect and trust, except by some mere accident. You must live so clean that everybody can see the cleanliness of your life. Never let people believe that you are a liar, but the contrary. Let them believe that you always speak the truth and live up to it. It said, you will never be able to rise to a position of respect and trust, once your reputation is tainted in society or in front of anyone's eyes, it's personal. But it's saying like even in society, you can't trust, you can't be trusted. That's why our images on TV is very important. Because if I taint it, I can't be trusted. I don't care what anybody feels about him. Like I know what he did wrong. I know the situation, whatever. I know the whole thing. You know, Muammar Gaddafi did not deserve whatever. But Obama, on the flip side, him and Michelle together, that was a big win for our people. The character was untainted. No, like, man, come on. Bush Senior had dirt. Reagan, first of all, Reagan had dirt on. Bush Senior had dirt. Clinton had dirt on. Bush Jr. had dirt. Trump has dirt. Biden, they just digging up dirt. Obama was clean as a whistle, healthy, fit. They had to start making up stuff. Talking about his kids ain't his. He ain't a real American citizen. He a closet Muslim terrorist. He gay. His wife's really a man. All that goofy stuff, man. They had to make all that stuff up. You don't question Michelle, but you're not gonna question if Ivana Trump is a man. You ain't question if she's a man. You don't question the sister if she's a man. And you got Moors jumping on it.
Yeah, my headset just died. Now y'all probably hear me a lot clearer. Like I said, and I'm going a little rant. I'm sorry, but his character, Michelle's character, was on point. Of course, politics. The presidency. He doesn't necessarily run things. It's not his show. There's always behind the scene agendas that get carried out that he just is the face of. I understand that. But we're talking about just off of character and appearance. That man and that woman did their thing. And this is the point where they had to make up stuff. And a lot of those rumors come from Europeans. They come from the far right. And Moore's got to stop being in the bed with the far right. A lot of your ideas and ideologies come from the far right. The same people that will hang you and lynch you, cut your genitalia or put it in the jar, are the same people who are feeding you concepts. And Moors are taking it and they running around with it, calling your sisters, men and whatnot, where you can look up and clearly see childhood pictures of this beautiful woman. And I could testify, I used to work with a distant cousin of hers. Because Michelle Obama has family in New Jersey. Remember, she went to college in Princeton. So Moore's, his character, Michelle had a good character. Obama had a good character. they still maintain good character. You know, cleanliness of life. It says, never let people believe that you are a liar, but the contrary, let them believe that you always speak truth and live up to it. So, any conduct that your community or society condemns, be careful not to violate that rule of law, because you will lose the respect of your community. Boom. What are you talking about? By you're a Moorish American, you got two communities. You got the Moorish community and you got the American community. You're a Chinese American, you got two communities. You got the Chinese community and you got your American community. You were a Dutch American, you got Dutch community and your American community. Don't violate the laws of the prophet. Don't violate the laws of the Constitution or laws of your said state government. Islam. These are the laws you're supposed to abide by and the rules. You don't want to have a misconduct amongst your own community, as you'll lose the respect of it. The issue with Moorish Americans is that we ain't even holding up the laws. That's why we got so many temples and people violating and this and that, because we're not holding to the law. We're not setting the rules high. And we're being too passive with a lot of Moors. We had an issue last year with two Moors at our convention. It didn't get violent. But Moors is out of pocket. They were speaking too much out of turn. The ego was too high. One Moor was told to sit down, hold his seat, and he told, basically refused to obey the security. You don't do that. And he was this is the first time he was actually amongst us. And he violated. When you go to somebody's house, do you do that at somebody's house? That's the same attitude you should bring when you're with anybody's temple. When you visit a temple, respect the temple. Have permission to speak? Yes. Okay, boom, say your piece. Don't be too long-winded. Have a seat. Sometimes it's best not to say anything. They just observe. These are grown men that was there last year. Grown men. Couldn't hold their tongue. You knew you're in a space that you've never been before, around people you've never been before. Hold your tongue. Stop putting in too much input. Hold your input. Observe the space. Observe who's who. And then share that when opportunity comes. Respect the, obey the law. What are the laws? You don't know the laws? Hold your seat. Because you don't want to do nothing that'll, disrespect the laws or violate the laws. So if you don't know the laws, just be chill. So when we're dealing with, in that perspective, you want the respect of your community, the Moorish American community. You want to respect the American community. Know the laws of America, your American laws, Constitution. Don't violate the Constitution. Don't violate laws. Yes, you have a right to travel. Well, right to travel means you can go one state and to another state, go from your state to another state, and still maintain the rights of a citizen. That's right to travel. Because at the time of the Constitution, when people were in one state, they would go to another state and the laws would be different and they would might be mistreated. So that idea of right to travel meant that you would be treated just as you were in your home state. That's it. So, yes, so we know, but you talk about the motor vehicle laws, operating a motor vehicle, that is given up to the discretion of the state. So you got to follow the state. What does the state say about your motor vehicle? What does the state say about traveling on highways? Follow laws. I need a license. Car need to be registered because it is a manufactured product and it goes through inspection. And there might be some recalls. Get insurance if your state requires it. Indiana doesn't really require it. It's optional. Well, other states it's not optional. Want to hold a firearm? Learn the rules of the firearm. There's plenty of Asiatic brothers and sisters teaching firearm safety. I know I know one brother now who I'm trying to. My intention is to get him. We're going to have an event, a firearm event for our people where they can learn the firearm rules and bring, saying he's willing to teach. This is my brother. He's willing to teach. I just got to plan it out because it's going to cost money. See anybody got the money to put in, for everybody, who come in, you're going to learn how to hold a gun, how to load the gun, know the rules of your gun, so forth and so on. But it's the laws. You're going to follow the laws where you're in your rights. Islam. You don't want to, you have a right. There's rules of owning a home, Islam. There's other loopholes. There's loopholes. Adverse possession is real. It is a law. You can do an adverse possession, but you got to do an actual lawful adverse possession. You need to find out what a lawful adverse possession is in the county that you did that property needs to be abandoned. That means nobody owns that joke. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a for sale sign on it, somebody owns it. They're selling it because they don't actually live in it. They ain't got no food in the fridge. That doesn't mean it does not own. So know the laws. Next paragraph. Never borrow money unless you intend to pay it back. Pay it back as quickly as you can. If you give excuses when you should be paying, those you are obligated to will think you are a trickster. These are the characters back then, man. People borrow money, they paid it back. They're not like us. A lot of times we borrow money, man, we don't even pay it back. Even though you subsequently pay them, they will be loath to trust you a second time. I had that plenty of times. People are not giving me money because I haven't paid it back. I was being honest. You know, and I try to change that now. I try to pay people back now. Like, I borrow money from you, you're gonna get it back. You know, as soon as I get it. Did I jump? I'm sorry. Never borrow money. Okay. Even if you have made sacrifices, pay your debts, because you don't pay your debts, people talk about it, and sooner or later, everybody in the community knows about it, and you are ruined. These are common stuff he's talking about too. Keep fading out. Sorry about that.
Exposure, and that's important just because the longer that exposure, the more stars.
I do apologize.
Hey guys, it's Sarah. I'm here to show you today the cheapest way that I know of how to.
I'm gonna make sure that you guys get this too.
And ways to do it, but there was a time in my life where I was so poor, like we didn't have money for bread or milk and something
Yes.
like to save my
And he
baby.
lives in Pennsylvania, brother.
So I'm going to
He
show
knows the
you.
Pennsylvania laws. He lives in Philly, outside of Philly.
So you start out with
He's very
the
thorough.
half cup.
Who's that?
So good luck at a grocery store.
Good Lord.
Please.
Somebody have something to say?
Islam. I was just telling Sister Zafia to
Hello?
mute her phone.
Oh. I know. I muted it. Good Lord. Why I can't keep slipping my finger, man. There you go, character. Wow. I borrow money from people consistently, and there's a lot of times I haven't paid them back. So, you know, I'm guilty. They will ask for cash right on the spot and count it to the last farthing if your name is bad. People will trust you. Well, people who trust you will almost take money from you without counting it. When you have lost that much confidence, you're a marked object, and you may as well move from the town, the city, or community to start a life afresh somewhere else where nobody knows you, where you may practice the higher principles or achieve your name. All right, look, there's an issue with the more science simple of America taking out a bank account in a lot of places. You ask the Moors in Baltimore, Temple 19. I got you. At Temple 19, they'll tell you the name Moore Science Simple America amongst the banks in Baltimore is mud, because all the Moore Science Temple Americas that took out accounts in the name of the Moore Science Temple America, this man, they did not do well uphold their you say their obligations or their accounts, basically. So they got a lot of closed accounts and debt and all that stuff like that. So unfortunately, a lot of banks don't want to do business in that area with the Morriside Simple Bank. So never move into a nearby or adjoining community if you have lost your name. In the first place, go far away from it. No leader who is dishonest can hold his leadership. Nobody will follow him. Let your good character shine so that men will see it and talk about it. Morality is upheld everywhere in civilization. Don't be immoral in your community. Somebody will on you and expose you in the homes of the community. will be closed against you, and respectable people will shun you. If you have to be immoral because your nature, you're saying, because your nature, immoral because your nature is weak, then hide it. Keep it within closed doors. Be sure nobody knows about it. This is a rule that we actually say in the temple. All right, let's really be honest here, Morris. Some of y'all on this call probably smoke weed. Or to be honest, I ain't telling you to say it now. That's your business. Keep it out of public eye. More shouldn't be on social media with liquor in their hand. I don't care if it's a wine glass. I don't care you chilling with your friends and it's your girlfriend's birthday and y'all outside. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to make a hot Moabite or something. Y'all better be chilling. Y'all ain't in no bar, no. Hey, you can be at a bar and grill, but you better not take no pictures with no liquor. You smoking? Okay, you smoking a cigarette. You smoking a beanie. You know, one of them Indian cigarettes, right? You better be in the private of your own home. Do not keep it in public if that's what you have to do. And you need to be trying to kick the habit. You need to be working on trying to. I've been without alcohol since 2014. I was without alcohol prior, but I had slipped because of I was going through stuff, and I was like, bunk. I had some leftover liquor, and I made myself something just to get through what I was going through. All right, and I know I haven't touched marijuana over 10 years, so, but I'm just saying, coming to the temple, we know that those vices that people usually do, we're not telling you to quit cold turkey. That's up to you. That's your own conviction. If Allah is laying that on your heart to quit, then quit. But at the same time, you're not, once you come in and you doing this fez and this turban, you're not the same person. You're not supposed to be like your people, like the rest of the people. Smoke rolling up on camera, talking about Islam. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wanted to show off that they can roll. Like literally, like I've seen so many people, break up marijuana and put it in a blunt, roll it up just to show that they can roll good. And it's like, come on. It's not even like, so what type of life accomplishment is that? But and these are Moors, self-proclaimed Moors. A lot of them not in the temple. And this is why the character is important. Everybody want the effects of nationality, but don't want to put in the character to get the effects. This is telling you, you put the character in, the effects is going to happen. The society is going to respect you. Your status changes off of this here. This is one of the key things. It's how society views you, is what status is. It's how society views you, is what your status is. But if you're on Facebook and Instagram, you're rolling up blunts, you know what I'm saying? And you cussing, Or one day you talk about Islam, and then next day you in the video, and one thing I respected one more who came into Mission 28, man, he's not with us. He actually, left. But one thing I respected him when he came in, he didn't want to be in the scene, he said, because he still raps. He's trying to do his rap career. But he believes in this. He wants his nationality. But he still has his rap career. He said, I'm still rapping. Still, what I'm saying? So I don't really want to be in the front, whatever, because, my raps, so I still curse and stuff like that. I still do whatever. And I said, fine, cool. I had another, well, he left with the other brother. He's an actor. He ain't leave. He's just acting right now. But that brother raps. And then both of them good. And I told them both, I said, look, claim your nationality, right? Because you guys are still young. You guys are still in your 20s. I want y'all to pursue your rap. Do it. Because I want y'all to go through the experience. That's what I told you. I want you to go through the experience so you guys can, can say that you did it. And if you achieve it, you achieve it. Because at the end of the day, it'll still be a good push for the organization. Because when people find out, it's more smart. You know what I'm saying? At the same time. But I said, just don't, just keep it, be mindful, of the character and your morals, but do your record. I'm not going to put pressure on y'all to do, that's what I told you. I'm not pressuring you, do what you got to do. Some compulsion, because you're going to grow into this. That's what I said. You're going to grow into this. You got to grow into this. You can't throw it on. You got to grow on. But some people, this is one thing. There's some people out there. I seen people demonstrate, go live on Facebook, demonstrate grand sheiks. Supposed grand sheiks. Islam. Supposed grand sheiks. Or hide on camera. Trying to demonstrate. And then one brother, he made a challenge about marijuana. And there were so many Moors that spoke up in defense of marijuana about smoking. I was like, man, you figure that somebody who said something about your mom. The way y'all defending marijuana, like I'm not opposed of it, got hemp oil and hemp products, I think is a good thing. I'm not, it has healing properties and medicinal properties to it. Not against it. If you're a Moorish American, you have to display a certain character. You can't be out here like everybody else, Can't be out here, and everybody need to stop acting like they're a rapper. Just, that persona that everyone is adopted a lot of times. It's like, and I think that's what people display a lot on camera. And that camera's on, for the most part. So, yeah. But yeah, if you have any vices, just be careful and mindful. Work on them in secret. Don't be out in the open. If you have those things you're struggling with, try your best to curb them, but don't be, in the open. And one thing I want to say this though, is even when it says people of good character. Oh, let me go back up there. It said respectable people will shun you. A lot of these leaders are getting away with stuff because the people around them ain't respectable. We got to be respectable, man. Respect the laws of our movement, respect the laws of our organization. You know, if I'm doing dirt, man, you know I'm deliberately doing dirt, I ask y'all to pull me aside, correct me, I continue, then you gotta you need to go above me and go to Brother Sally Noureddin Bey, Supreme Grand Governor. You need to go to Supreme Grand Chief Keith Dangerfield. If I'm out of line. I only ask for a grace period so I can make a speedy recovery. But if I'm totally out of power, you know, my power, you know, you can sense through your eyes, to your, you know, through your soul that I'm, you know, I'm in error and I continue whatever, then, you know, definitely take action. And that's for any person you see in the movie. Because it's not about me, it's not my show. No character worship. Islam, no character worship. Next paragraph. If you read good books and think loftily, you will not be immoral. If you are intelligent, you will not be immoral. Because immorality leads to disease, pain, suffering, ultimately a premature death. An immoral person cannot find good company because no good person wants to take the chance with immorality. Those who cater to your immorality must be people who have no character, who have nothing to lose. They must be either sick or diseased themselves and therefore don't care. These are the words of Marcus Josiah Garvey. No respectable woman or man who cares about his or her future is going to be indiscriminate because that is taking chances. Therefore, when you find a person of immoral habits, it is someone who has lost all proportions of decency and health and doesn't care. Such a person is a social danger. Sensible people do not give themselves away for nothing, but sick people and diseased people, like a drowning man, catch at a straw. Never be seen with those people in your community. Never be seen with a person of bad character. You'll be roped in, and even though your character is good, it will also suffer because of your association with that person. All right, let's define this. Because we are to go out to the people and we are supposed to give them this message of uplifting former humanity, of claiming a nationality. What you want to do is understand that when we're talking about being seen with somebody, we're not saying casual. We're talking about if you're being seen consistently, seeing that means that you're hanging with this person all the time. And this is when people will start to say something. Because if you're walking and you're just chilling and you run into your peoples and they on another side, you know, whatsoever, you know what I'm saying? That's nothing wrong with that. You probably don't, I got friends, associates who, you know what I'm saying, who got a lot of dirt on them. But they, you know, some cat, you know, my best friend, not the one that called me, but dude I grew up with, you know, he's just, you know, suspected he caught a body almost. attempted murder. And I figured that he might have been the one that did it. He confessed to doing it, did 5 years, but still my friend, still my brother. You know, he's not doing that stuff now. He's definitely on a straight and narrow, but even then you would catch me with him. You know, and he was doing other things he wasn't supposed to be doing. But it was just like everybody knew my character. They knew I wasn't caught up in that stuff. You know, I wasn't the type of person to do what he was doing. Like he was like we were alike, but then he was on the opposite of the pole. What he was doing. You know what I mean? I'm going to college, he dropped out. You know what I'm saying? We both got jobs, but he's hustling on the, he's hustling, but he hustling on the side, So, but he's a good brother I would walk because I knew he has a good heart beside, under all that. So sometimes you gotta make sure that you're not just chilling with people to be chilling. Like, there's nothing wrong with Jesus was with Jesus was with, the vagabonds and the prostitutes and all that, but he was ministering to them. You know what I'm saying? People get that twisted. People thinking that he was with them, that he was chilling. Like, they was, like he was really hanging with them. He wasn't really hanging with them. He was there to show them a way, to give them mercy and understanding that they can pull themselves out. Okay. Sensible people do not give themselves away for nothing. But sick people and diseased people, like a drowning man, catch a straw. Okay, I read that. Sorry. If you have to keep company with the opposite sex, let your companionship be consistent and steady with one person. Don't run around always with different people of the opposite sex. This does not mean that you must not associate socially with all people of your class. It means if your name is to be linked up in the community as directly interested socially, let is be that one person, but don't run around with several. So he was just saying that he was just saying that when you move around, well, okay, so if you're dating and you're dating different women, or different men, try not to make that a reputation. You don't want to have a reputation of sleeping around. They are Moorish Americans in the Moorish community, not this administration. Not this administration. I'll tell you that for now. That's one thing I'm proud about. But there's other ones. Some of them got around pretty well. You know what I'm saying? And that's not good. It's not good. So that's totally against the nature of what we teach. Brothers actually going to Moorish functions, trying to holler at the sisters. It's not good, brothers. If you feel like you need to do your dirt, get your itch off, please keep that out the temple. There's plenty of other people out there itching. Don't be trying to scratch inside the temple, if I could put that any other way. There's other means to scratch outside the temple. Don't be scratching inside the temple. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scratching with the sisters. Sisters, don't be scratching with the brothers. It causes a lot of conflict. Okay. A lot of conflict. And it's bad for the reputation. New people coming in and they see that. You know what I'm saying? And they see all that. That's gonna mess everything up. Saying, you know, like I said, if you itching, you need to go scratch outside. Don't be scratching inside the temple amongst Moorish community. Okay. Just because it changes the environment and the dynamic. Because we need to be, and technically, you're dating, you really should be courting. So it should be a friendship. And if there's a connection, then it should be an asking the court. So that means that you're already intending to marry this person. Okay. Like I take a sister out, you know, I have a friend who I took out twice. One time with her son, and then the other time was for our birthday. We went bowling this past May, and nothing inappropriate happened. We just friends. But I did make it known to her that eventually, if we grow as friends, I would ask to court her for marriage. And that's how I do personally. Like I start off as friendship, and if it grows, I'm at a level where it's like, okay, well, I can't deal with just being with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just going. I'll go casually on a date, but if I have an interest towards you, you know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily jumping around with this sister or that sister or that sister. I'm really focused on how I can, you know what I'm saying, get a good position in with you as that person. You know what I'm saying? I don't put all my eggs in one basket though, but still it's like, you know, but I'm trying to keep the morality there, you know. Like I don't want like, and I'm encouraging brothers, don't do that. Don't sleep. This is not a free for all. You know what I'm saying? You're single, you know, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Just you really want to move to court. You know what I'm saying? Court the system, you know. And you know, go on a few dates, have some conversations. You know what I'm saying? Talk about your weaknesses. Talk about where you messed up in your relationship. You always point that out. Tell them, like, yeah, this is where I messed up. You know, women like honesty. You know what I'm saying? Women, be honest about where you messed up or where you think you have a problem. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all, because what you want to do is just scope out character. Then you make the decision. You know, I'm just this is how you curb a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Because the ideal should be courting, and not you know, dating a whole bunch of dating. You know, a lot of us are getting older. Not I'm saying old, but we're getting older. So we can't be doing what we've been doing in the 20s. You know what I'm saying? We can't ride around, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, but this is good. This is good lessons from the Forerunner. There you go. A leader as a leader, never flirt or indicate that you are a flirt. You are a flirt. Never try to make love to two people in the same organization where both attend and you are a member at the same time. Wow, he's really telling. A fight will ensue, a scandal will spread, and you will lose your reputation. If you have to speculate with your love, keep the parties far apart, at least in different communities, but not in the same town. It will leak out and be whispered about, and you will be called a bad person. Okay. Okay, so I just explained. It's totally opposite of what I just said. So, but I'm just going to say this. If you have a woman, and this is the one person you're supposed to be with, the other party is not a partner at all. The Prophet said, he said, don't stop spending too much time away from home. Don't break up homes. I'm talking to the leaders. It trickles down to the members too. Because grand sheets will come and they'll sleep, but some of the grand sheets were sleeping with the women, sleeping with the members, and breaking up the household. So you're sleeping with the wife. This is what some of them were doing. So you don't want to do that. If you have a mobitis, it's your mobitis. That's yours. You're her mobite. You're her husband. It's no other picture, no other person or party involved. Okay. Now, someone's going to ask about polygamy. Let me say this. It's not forbidden or banned, but we really try to focus on having one. If you can pull it off in a just, honest, righteous, and divine way, then cool. Okay, not here to knock your personal life, but at the same time, we try to uphold one. You do not want to cause any confusion or problems within the organization or our community. Man, this is needed amongst all of us. It's a whole bunch of hot mess going on right now. Woo! Everybody was reading this. Oh, Lord. Most of the deformities in the community are the result of immoral and loose people cutting loose. That was the slang. Now you cutting loose. And you know what? To be honest, y'all, there was a lot of debauchery going on, even at the time of the prophet and Marcus Garvey. A lot of it. And you know how I can tell, and I don't want to throw this in here, is those if y'all ever got a chance on Netflix, there's the Dolomite movie with Eddie Murphy playing Dolomite. Dolomite was just one, Rudy Ray Moore was just one comedian out of a whole bunch of comedians with these X-rated dirty comedy. I remember my aunt and my mom talk about how they used to sneak to listen to my grandma's records. I didn't think nothing about it until I got older, until I actually listened to some of these records on YouTube. They got a whole bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff was like, some of that stuff was filthy, like for real. It's like, I can't believe people actually paid to hear this stuff. Like, I'm young. And I had to turn some of it off, but man, y'all just cussing for no reason. Like, it was creative in that way, but it was still like, God, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So in the time of Marcus, Messiah Garvey and a prophet, these people, these back alley type of behavior was going on. So you want to, it went down. So I could see why this is probably, he put this out. Sick people never produce good children. Disease in man is destructive. It destroys the species, it wrecks the mind of man. The first thought a healthy man has of a poor-minded man is that his parents are immoral. We're talking about really, and stamp the immorality on him, which he is to carry through the world by his particular affectation, be it in poor mentality or in nervous disability. Don't be a public drunkard. Don't drink in the ordinary. inordinately. You may contract disease by overdrinking or water your brain to that of deterioration. Don't take drugs or narcotics as a habit. They will have the same effect. Be temperament in everything you do. Learn self-control. Be self-control. No, by self-control, you can conquer every bad habit. Somebody said, somebody posted on Facebook, 80% of your problems can be conquered by discipline. Or 80% of our problems can be fixed by discipline. Somebody put that meme up. You can do so much concentrating on thought, always that the habit is bad, it will ruin it. Say to yourself, I shall not be ruined. I shall conquer my bad habit. Say this and repeat it day after day until you conquer the habit. Let the habit be your opponent and then fight your opponent and beat it. Never give up until you conquer. If you follow this rule, you will beat down every bad habit. This is the issue. We have habits, boys. We got to beat. How much further I got? It's pretty long. Coming close to the hour. Social system. I think I might continue this Sunday. Okay. It's pretty good. Any questions about stop share or this portion? Like I said, this is Marcus Mosaic Garvey's birthday was on Wednesday. So, you know, in honor of him as the forerunner, felt fit for us to read, you know, read a passage from his, you know, his writings. Character is key. It was kind of on my mind, like, why are we having problems? Because our character is different. And don't get me wrong, they still had the issues then, but it wasn't, I don't think it was as magnitude as it is today. You know, these things still exist, these elements were still there. Drug use, you know, ratchetness. You want to just put it on one ratchet. Everybody, people were acting ratchet back then, you know. But the difference is that they had the moral codes still upheld. Remember talking about family and marriage? There was nothing to get married. Marriage is a key thing. It was held. It was strongly in that. Today is not. You know, relationships, situationships. Right? Some people were in situationships. Why are you in a situationship? Don't make sense. If you don't know what you want to be, you don't want to be with a person, then leave. Why do we have that problem? And I'm not just talking to anyone else, I'm talking to myself too. Like, why do and I'm not in a situation, I'm just saying, like, yeah, they're not obligated to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's, on that level. So I have a situation, but it's not a situation. It's just, you know, once I get certain things clear, it's definitely going to be a complete understanding. But I'm just saying, it's just other people, it's just like when you understand certain things and you know that you're not supposed to be, you don't want to be with somebody, then that's what it is. You know, some people will be like, and it's like, that's the difference between us and them. They're talking about the Moors or our brothers, sisters, our older generations. They didn't want to be with nobody, they weren't going to be with that person. Cut and dry. Here is just like, ugh. We just be lingering around. We just be in it. Right? So where does this come? And I know it's just like, okay, well, you're just talking about all this is key to building a nation, building civilization. All this is very important to your very personal fiber of yourself, and your relationship is key. The first foundation is the family. It's the first governmental society. It's the family. And so we have to see what's going on. And then it goes back to you individually. So character is key. Character was different. That was the one thing. They knew character. They had an understanding of character. Everything that Marcus Jose Garvey said, as I was reading, was basically common sense even then. He was just really reiterating. People actually already had that moral understanding. People already had that. Oh, you oh, I can't be seen with. That's right. I think because we allow the social dynamics to change. And we grew up in it. After the 60s and 70s, exploded with all these different revolutions. It was really a demoral issue. We forgot our roles as a man, as a woman, a whole bunch of things. So this is why we're here. As the Moors is where in the condition that they're in. Don't worry about the split, the Kirkman Bay and all that stuff. What's done is done. What's going on now? Don't worry about what happened. Oh, 100 years, ain't nothing. All right. What's wrong with now? Why can't we get it together now? That's wrong, folks. That already happened. They ain't got nothing. They ain't nothing. The truth is out there. Emilio is the successor of the prophet. There's no argument. That is the successor, the rightful successor of the prophet, Brother Edward Emilio. And anyone who's under him or who's joined under his grandson, David Balliol, is a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Moorish Science Temple of America. Anybody else who claimed something else, claimed another leader, claimed another administration, has taken themselves out of the fold. That's it. That argument's done. So why, what happens is people don't want, okay, if you don't want the truth, no. It's the moral of people. It's the character. Marcus Jose Garvey started to throw in words like disease, sick. When people are actually sick. People are actually diseased in their character, in their mind, in their mentality. Islam. I hope I didn't drain you guys today with information. Just talking Islam. Is anybody before we close, anybody want to share anything? Hey, we have some new people in here. I don't know what happened. But I see brother Derek Travers. Are you in Jersey, brother? Or where are you located? I feel so.
I'm located in Danville, Pennsylvania.
Okay, prison. Somebody else is Noni Bay. Who's that? Oh, that's what that was.
Islam. That's my aunt. and the other, Derek Traversell. That's my broski. That's
Okay,
my.
praise Islam. All right, all right. Praise Allah. I'm trying to see the 347 number. Who's that? Is that Latif? I don't know what it is. All right. All right. Does anyone have an input or anything you want to say? Was that a little too, you think you feel it was a little too preachy? A little more like a little finger pointing type of thing? Let me know. I was trying to finger point. I'm just saying, I'm trying to point out a situation, you know, it's a different, it seems like, you know, our character, moral character, as it's not as on high as it was when back in the time of Garvey and the Prophet. That's how the way they were able to get things done. These people really had a sincere heart to really do things. Now it's just, you know, and then yeah, nation time, we need to build a nation. All right, cool. We need to come together. All right, let's do that. Well, hold on. You know, we need to come together. We need to unite, brother. All right. Well, you know the way you can unite really is come under the organization. That means your man's gonna have to take a seat. He or she might not be a Sheikist. Are they willing? They want to come? Are they willing to give up their positions? One more on Facebook say he got $500. They put up $500 for the leaders to come together. I was like, all right. So I was like, man, look, don't put all your money in one bag. You know, say, hey, ain't gonna happen. Watch the next post I put up. How many of y'all leaders ready to give up your title to actually truly unify? You want unity, you're gonna have to be really willing to give up your title. Give it up. Because technically, it ain't real anyway. That's what I'm talking about, character and moral. If you were honest, if people were honestly want to be with the prophet, then you would be like, okay, I want the word. I'm willing to sit down. That's for anybody. You know? But I think because we're living in a time where people like to fake everything. Fake nails, fake eyes, fake body parts, fake accounts, fake billionaires and entrepreneurs. Yeah, you come here, but give you this money, learn how to flip this house. They still live with their mom. But you flipping houses. Right? People, it's real out there. You know, it's really real. Like I'm invested in digital real estate and this, that. Part about it. It's just like, you know, you really have these people that are doing this. Fake everything. You know what I'm saying? And then Moors is innocent people who want to follow the right way. They get led astray. Instead of people being honest, like, all right, I don't have all the answers, but if you help me, we could get, you know, we could get it right together. You know, and people don't do that, unfortunately. We're supposed to take a test today, I do believe, but it's late. I gotta schedule that thing, man. Y'all gotta take your quiz. You know what? We'll do it Sunday. I know, Sister Shakana, I know you do your energy work on Sunday. So well, I'll just have to reschedule yours. Maybe a day where you're available. Let's take your quiz. But everyone else who has modules 1 and 2, review them this weekend. And I will try to take it on Sunday. And that'll be Sunday's meeting. We'll just really try to go over that part, inshallah. Okay. And I gotta send brother you and brother Will, Sister Khan, I gotta send you that Marcus Zion book, Marcus Garvey book. Okay. Convention is still on the way. They are finalizing the itinerary, but everything else is on the go. To book your hotel. For those who want to go, I know Ibrahim is already squared away, and Yah's gonna go. You guys are flying. If anybody else wants to go, just let me know. Registration is $135 for registration, but it covers all your meals. Well, breakfast and lunch. I think dinner will be on us to get, but I think it might be something going on where even that might be catered to a degree, but let's see. The gist of the convention is going to be you guys. It's going to be training. Brother Yah, I'm going to see if I can give you permission to attend. If the Supreme Grand Business Manager is holding training, I'm gonna try to get you in there so you can take whatever training he's having. Okay. And then whatever information you get, I want you to share it with Brother Will Brown. Okay. And Islam. I'm gonna share it with him for the convention. Whatever information. Brother Ibrahim, I will give you the option to sit in on any other trainings that you desire. I don't know where it might fit the best at. Maybe be the secretary, or if the secretary's having the training. Maybe you can get on that one. But whatever information you get from the secretary, Brother Abdullah, I want you to share it with Brother Solo. Islam, when you get back. Okay. Whatever information you get from the secretary, I want you to share it with Brother Solo. Okay. Islam. We have an update last week, and like I told you, Brother Andrew Carterbay, who is definitely trying to join, we're going to be having some weekly community meetings in Philly for the Philadelphia area. Okay. The Moors. We don't have, the Moors of Philly. Basically, Andrew, brother Andrew Carter Bay. We're trying to get a lot of things going. We have that space, and we're planning on doing some things. But I think we're able to get in contact or connect with a sister who sells honey, and she does a lot of other herbs. I actually have some of her colloidal silver that she makes. But we're going to be doing some things with her in the future, holding some meetings, a lot of stuff. Hopefully, we're going to have going on. I want to do something probably at the convention, after the convention. I want Gear to do some things in North Jersey. If Sister Chicana, if I can, I still think that idea is good to do the museum tours. I just got to call the Metropolitan and see if we can do something in New York. And then, but I do feel like we should do something at the New Jersey State Museum, or what is that, the Newark Museum in Newark. I do think we should do a tour there as well. I'm saying, do something there. Because they do have some good exhibits. But I think that's something we can incorporate to actually do some fundraising, some money fundraising. And I haven't forgot about what you said, Brother Will. Definitely want to, when the times come, we definitely want to jump on the raffle business. Okay. And we're just going to have to need to lay out some financial goals, like what do we want to achieve with our finance. What are some things we want to maintain, because we don't want to be too spread. Okay. And everything will help in our expansion. One thing our finance wants to do is help in expansion. Expansion means to maintain the region and where we have Moors at, and they carry the bill. At the end of the day, everybody is more so. The goal is to branch off within ourselves. That means that North Jersey will be solidified to hold its own mission and temple convention. Philly will be able to be solidified on its own mission and temple. New York will be able to hold its mission and temple. We just need, more people who are more solid, in to hold down positions and get things going in that area. If you guys come across anybody in your travels or in your social media interactions, don't be afraid, hesitate to plug us, give them a connection to us so we can get them in. There's a lot of Moors who are looking for groups, but they just don't know where to go. And a lot of times they're shy and they're within the confines of their home and they don't step out. So we want to bring them out. Okay. So, brother, are you still awake?
Islam. For now.
Well, you got the readings. You have to read
Islam. I mean, it'd be my honor. If anybody want to read any of the other pages, that's fine. But let me know when to start.
Islam. Okay, so we get it, brother. let's we will have a reading from Brother Yabe, warnings, prophets warnings.
To the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, can you hear me, Islam?
Yes, it's on.
Islam, this is the instruction from your prophet Noble Drew Ali. Be faithful unto your forefathers' divine and national creed, that you will be blessed for your good deeds that you sow in the flesh. Allah is the one that judges the world, and his judgment is now on, but the weak can comprehend it not. The end of time is drawing near, so says Allah to his divine prophet, I, Noble Drew Ali, and that is why many hearts have been turned to stone, and many eyes to see, but cannot see, ears to hear, but cannot hear, lest they would be confounded of their sins. These are the trying hours now, dear Moors, and every evil spirit is moving, and they are trying every weak mind to overthrow and drag out the true foundation that has been laid, and to cause confusion into the minds of the ones that do believe. But if you have the true love of Allah and the spirit of your forefathers, you fear not what you hear or see, but will sacrifice the utmost of your very life to protect your movement and your prophet. Watch your enemies, dear Moors. Your enemies are the ones that speak against your prophet and ridicule him to the very lowest, and the ones that speak against your divine and national principles of your temples. Act accordingly, and Allah will bless you for your good work. Peace, your divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Prophet warrants all Muslims to read in every meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet, or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement, will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors must obey the law laid down to them by their prophet, and if they lose confidence in their prophet, give up your card and button, cease wearing your turban or fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. For this is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet is sending out a divine plea to all true Moorish Americans that they may do their part in protecting their prophet in the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. Peace, Noble Drew Ali. To be proclaimed at every meeting, Islam. I am glad to know that I have a few faithful Moors amongst you all, and I desire for them to know the true and divine truth. There is a host of jealousy about me in the movement now by the same people of our side of the movement that claim that I was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found it out from the government officials and the nations of the earth that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as American citizens, They are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so they may take charge of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that attribute to the movement and uplifting funds, the ones that pay their divine respect to me, and the movement will be remembered. That is why I am calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance, and I need it badly. Never before have I needed finance so badly as I do at present, so I can shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my fame and nobility. The nation of the world, the nations of the world will not recognize the movement without I, the prophet, being head. It has been proven by my works, which I have performed in the past few years. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Islamism. Islam, Brother Grand Sheikh. Islam, Grand Sheikh, I think you're on mute.
Islam. Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear that. I guess we're all tired. Thank you for the reading, brother. And brother Yahshua, thank you for reading as well. Just a reminder to the Moors, I'll be calling on everyone to read now. So just have your divine constitution bylaws, your Moorish literature, your Moorish Quran, your questionnaire, and also I'm gonna tell you to, if you don't have a holy Quran, we call it Quran of Mecca or the Quran of Muhammad, please get one. If you, and to the time being you get one. They have apps on the on your phone. So I would tell you download a Quran app, because we're gonna definitely be touching on certain things. And I'm gonna need you, to have it on handy, because by you reading it and seeing it as well alone, it helps your memory, and not only memory, but helps you process the information. Islam. So just have those on hand when you can. All right. So I'm gonna close the meeting. 2 fingers on the right, 5 on the left. And only I will be saying this. Allah bind our hearts and minds back to our ancient forefathers, divine creed principles. This we ask in our holy name in the 7th. Amen. Islam Moors, peace and love, peace and love. Enjoy your night. Thank you for attending.
Islam, happy holy day.
Peace and love.
Happy holy
Happy
day.
holy day. Peace and love. Islam. Peace and love. Happy holy day.
Happy holy day. Peace and love.
Islam, peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace Peace and love.